Hi, my cozy viewers. I'm going to be showing you two things: how to make pork roast and how to make guacamole. So stay tuned. So I've chopped my pork into small, not very small pieces though. They are a bit big because if they are very small, when the pork is drying, they're going to be really small. Yes. So these are the only ingredients I'm going to be using for my marinade, right? I have some onion, I have garlic, I have paprika, I have some ginger, and I have soy sauce, dark soy sauce. So I'm going to be putting all these things into the pork. I'm beginning by grating my onion, then I'll grate the ginger as well, and the garlic, of course, and then I'll add in my paprika and my soy sauce. Oh, I forgot to show you salt as well. I'll be adding some salt as well. And by the way, you can also choose to use lemon. You can also use you can add a bit of oil, but what the oil does is literally what my soy sauce is going to do for me. So I don't have a reason for adding it, but you can add it anyways. There's nothing wrong with adding it as well. So marinating your pork helps it to become flavorful and more tender. And so I'm going to be resting mine for about 12 hours because I have that time. But if you have maybe 2 hours, it's also okay, but the longer the better. So I'm covering this with a cling film. You can use a plastic bag, you can use anything to cover it. It's good to cover because you want to prevent any contamination. So I'm giving mine 12 hours. A polite reminder, please subscribe if you've not yet subscribed. So this is 8 in the morning and we put our pork at 8 in the evening. So this is what we have, guys. So now at this point you can just put your pork straight into the oven or straight onto a charcoal stove, depending on what you want to use. So I'm going to put my pork in the pan and then I'll put it on fire. It's going to create its own juices plus the steam. I will not need to add water, and so I'm going to let it boil in that steam until the water drains completely. So like I already told you, there's so many ways of killing a rat. So because I've used this method doesn't mean that this is the only method there is. So you can try out as many other ways of roasting pork as you can, and you choose the one that works for you best. So our pork is boiling, and as you can see, the water is very little. It's almost getting drained. So let's wait for it to get completely drained and then you'll see what next. So I told you that if you want to add some oil in your marinade, you can add it, and what it does, it helps with retaining moisture in the pork so that your pork does not become too dry. Yes, and then also soy sauce can do the same, and then also it gives the pork like that very dark color. So if you don't want that very dark color, then do not put soy sauce. So the water is completely drained. I'm left with just the pork and its fat. So I'm going to be putting it on my oven tray and of course roasting it. Wow, look at that, guys. Oh my goodness, it looks appetizing already. So we are going to be roasting this under 180 degrees Celsius for at least 25 minutes. Yes, so you can keep checking on it occasionally, and then you just keep gauging if you want to get it out or if you want to give it some more minutes. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to be showing you how to make guacamole. All I need is avocado, a tomato, and an onion. All these things are optional apart from the avocado. You have to have at least avocado. And so you just need avocado and any vegetables of your choice, as long as you can eat those vegetables raw. So you can also add some cornmeal, you can add some bell peppers, anything of your choice. So today I'm just using these 3, chopping them into very tiny pieces. And then for the avocado, I'll not over mash it, I'll just use a fork because I want it to stay with some lumps. That's when it becomes really nice for me. This step is optional, so I usually add warm water to the onion to reduce on the pungent flavor. Then after about 15 seconds, I drain out the water and then I continue with the process. Guacamole is perfect with food that does not have soup. Usually, if you're going to have like dry meat or anything that doesn't have soup, it is perfect. Yes, but even if you want to have it with something that has soup, it is all up to you really. No one is saying you should not. So please go ahead and have it in whichever way you want. The best avocado to use is the one that is very, very sweet and very, very ripe. So if you can get that one, it is the best. So make sure you have enough avocado because it is going to be like the main ingredient in guacamole. So yes, as you can see, I am not over mashing it, and so I have like some lumps. It is not completely smooth. So yes, this is our guacamole. So we can now go ahead and check on our pork. I'm very sure it is ready by now. So let's go and check. Ta-da! Look at that, guys. Oh my goodness. So it is very dark because of the soy sauce. So if you do not want it this dark, don't add it. So I'm going to be adding some barbecue sauce. This is also very optional. It gives it like a sweet, tangy taste. So yes, the pork is ready, but then because I want to add it, I'll just put it back in the oven for about just 5 minutes. If you add the barbecue sauce too early, it will burn and make the pork taste bitter. So that is our pork roast, guys, with burnt ends. Oh my goodness. You need to try this, and it is very, very easy, like you could see. So if you want your pork completely dry without any oil at all, you just have to make sure when you put it in the oven, you use the wire rack instead of the tray. But I wanted mine a bit oily, so I used the tray. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in my next video. Bye.